Hi friends, welcome back. So question for you, and I'm calling this the 250K challenge. Which is more likely, Bitcoin hits 250K or you'll be able to buy a Tesla Roadster for 250K. So let me know in the comments which is more likely, Bitcoin to 250K or Tesla Roadster at 250K. We're going to talk about this stuff, and as you can see, Bitcoin has been going up quite a lot, going up very quickly. Hit 64,000 today and then went right back down to 60, but it is moving very, very fast. And also things that are moving fast is the Tesla Roadster. Elon Musk is promising you a car that's going to go 0 to 60 below 1 second. And his quote is, there will never be another car like this. Regarding the Bitcoin thing, as we'll go through this one first, there was a bunch of money coming into the BlackRock ETF. I guess it's like 520 million. And a lot of this may be due to leverage. I want to show you guys a chart here first. So this is actually really interesting. You can see here, this shows the different ETFs, and there's a lot of funds that are involved in this, and the biggest one is the BlackRock one. Plus, they got a huge inflow for whatever reason, 520 million, and then Fidelity also got a big inflow today as well, 126 million. Grayscale looks like to be selling out of it. You got Bitwise in there. Franklin, Van Eck, ARK is also involved with this stuff. WisdomTree, Invesco, Valkyrie. And you can see the size of these things on the right. So this is the year-to-date flow. So I think this is trading volume because the numbers don't add up if it's like only inflow. So that's what I think that is. That's the blue line I'm referring to. But the BlackRock and the Fidelity have a lot of trading on this stuff. For example, in one day, they were saying here 1.3 billion had been traded in the BlackRock one. So there is interest in this stuff. And like I was mentioned, it could be a lot of it leverage based. Regarding interest and hopefully not leverage based, a lot of people bought my book this month. So I do appreciate that, guys. I realize that today is February 29th here in Korea. So it is a leap year. We don't get February 29th that often. And I was thinking, maybe it was a leap year that inspired people to jump into The Positive Angle, which is my book. So if you haven't had a copy of it, check it out. I think you'll like it. And moreover, let's jump right back into the Bitcoin talk regarding inflows and big months, that kind of stuff. This is an interesting chart here. So you can see here, Bitcoin monthly price change. This is one of the bigger months in Bitcoin history. You can see it. So this is the one we're talking about right now. And it's comparable to a couple of years ago. So we haven't seen this kind of price action for quite a while. Moreover, I was looking at this. There's this person who was saying that he thinks, and I'll read it here. It says, this represents an increase of 29% year to date. And the only period where it's been higher in US dollars was November 2021, coinciding with Bitcoin's all-time high of 69,000. So this is coming from a Coinmetrics engineer named Parker Merritt. And the basic gist, it says, in other words, investors are getting levered up, preparing for a new all-time high. And that's the question, right? Is this really going to happen? This is why I mentioned the leverage thing. So it gave numbers here. It said Bitcoin suddenly plummets 7% after hitting 64K, triggering over 600 million in crypto liquidation. So I think people are really taking big bets on the movement of this thing. And we're also looking ahead to the halving. That's going to be April 24th. My personal opinion on this stuff is, I know people mess with like crypto miners and crypto related stuff. I mean, I would probably not mess with the miners. I think just going forward, I think they're probably going to get killed by this stuff. So my understanding of in talking about the halving, my understanding of this stuff is that you're going to be able to mine less and not make quite as much money. So I'm not quite sure the argument for being in a miner opposed to being in a Bitcoin. And I'd love to hear your guys if you agree or disagree on that. If you're into this stuff, why would you buy a miner when you can just buy Bitcoin itself? Even Morgan Stanley, they're thinking about getting into the Bitcoin business. And there's been rumors that they're going to offer one of the ETFs, as mentioned before. I'm not into this stuff, guys. I've said this stuff many times. It's just not my thing. But I do talk about it because it is crazy that it has been this sustainable. Let me show you the price action on this thing, and actually I'll pull it up here. Oh, wow. So as of recording, it's actually now at 61,128. When I started, looking at the stuff, it was actually a little bit lower. It was about 60,000. That's how quickly this thing moves. Yeah. So when I was literally just reading the stuff for the first time, it was like more here. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe by the time I upload this, it'll be at 64. You guys can let me know what it's at. But yeah, it's been moving pretty crazy, and you can see these candles are just big moves. Also very volatile. Now, speaking of volatile, the Roadster. So this may actually come out. That's what Elon Musk is saying. It's been on their website for a while. And if you wanted to reserve one, I think they want, it says here, Roadster reservations require a $5,000 credit card payment plus a $45,000 wire transfer payment due in 10 days. So you got to give them basically $50K, but there's no guarantee like when this thing is coming. And I'd be curious your thoughts if you guys like the overall look of this thing. The car, they did, I mean, at least they made a few of these, I believe. This is like the announcement here. I can show you guys so you can see like at one point they did have one of these. My overall, and there's the Semi, my overall initial sort of reaction to this stuff though is that it's not necessarily going to move the needle in terms of, you know, Tesla's overall revenue, because there's just not a huge market for these kind of cars. Not that no one will buy it, just, you know, not that many people out there are going to be buying 250K cars. So yes, it may or may not exist, but I just don't know how many they're going to sell. Now, Elon Musk back in 2018, I want to go over some of the stuff that's funny. This is what he was saying. This was on June 10th, 2018. So was that 6 years ago already? SpaceX option package of the new Tesla Roadster will include 10 small rocket thrusters arranged seamlessly around the car. These rocket engines dramatically improve acceleration, top speed, braking, cornering, and maybe they will allow a Tesla to fly. So I think this is probably obviously a joke, but with Elon, who knows, right? And you know, the way his fanboys and fangirls take it, if you watch YouTube, they probably take this like seriously. And you know, maybe I'm speaking sacrilege to say that God can make jokes, but this seems like a joke to me. But who knows? He also says here, this is in 2018. 19 years ago, when my first company got bought, I had decided between buying a house in Palo Alto or a McLaren F1. Best car ever, in my opinion, is what he's saying. Was no contest. I bought the F1 and a small condo that was cheaper than the car. New Tesla Roadster will exceed all gas sports cars in every way. So he's literally saying it's going to be the best car ever made. That's what his opinion is. And then he says just 15 hours ago, this is from Elon Musk, you will love the new Roadster more than your house. So that's what he's claiming. 16 hours ago, he's also saying tonight, we radically increased the design goals for the Tesla Roadster. There'll never be another car like this. Production design complete and unveil end of the year. So maybe they change the look of it, I guess. Aiming to ship next year. So yeah, so then the end of this year, they'll kind of show more of what it's going to look like. So they're talking about next year. And it says, I think it has a shot to be the most mind-blowing product demo of all time. So in terms of demo, yeah, I would agree with that. It may be the most mind-blowing demo. Who knows? And then moreover, if you actually go through this, it's kind of funny. You can see kind of what people are saying. Tesla SpaceX collab. This is was it Sawyer Merritt? He's like a big Tesla pumper dude. You know, 0 to 60 in 1 second with the fastest spec. Please tell us that this machine is coming soon. Let's see what else here. Can it fly? What is risk reward? There's a tremendous bias against taking risks. Everyone is trying to optimize their ass covering. That's Elon Musk. Okay. Someone's making a joke. I'm happy for your new Roadster design, but behold, I created something even better. We will get to Mars faster than ever before. So this is a Starship design, right? So maybe that is more likely. I'm excited to drive this thing to Mars. That's the parody. And then someone's putting out this video of a Tesla. I guess that's the 3 driving through water. I feel like with battery, this wouldn't be that safe. That's just my opinion. This is sort of I think this is a joke design that would be the Roadster look like with the mix of the Cybertruck. And that's essentially the Batmobile. So maybe they change it that much. Who knows? This was the original one, as I showed you before. Maybe it's going to have a gun on it. You never know. And here's some more. I think this is another Tesla pumper. I hear it's basically going to be a rocket for the road. Is this true? I can wait, excited. My son has a Tesla and I love it. Yeah, and so, you know, this essentially, and this is the Farzad, who's another pumper person. You're making a literal rocket on wheels, aren't you? And, I don't know. Yeah, you get a bunch of Donald Trump and Elon stuff, which we'll go in a minute, actually. It's interesting how the ones intersect. And this is equivalent to, you know, someone flicking the tiger's balls, I guess. I'll let you guys be the judge if this is real or not. So Elon Musk is indeed claiming that the Roadster is coming. Moreover, I want to show you guys this. This is BYD. So they announced a supercar. Was it for $233,000? Let's play a little bit of the video. It looks to be a real car. I don't think BYD BSs as much as Tesla does. Now, whether or not this is better looking than the Roadster, I'm not into this stuff myself, and I don't know. I'm not into this kind of thing, but it depends if you're into this stuff. So I'd like to hear you guys' opinion who are in this. I prefer, I guess, more of a convertible, and I don't think this one's a convertible, but that's what it looks like, the BYD one, and then you can compare it to, like, say, the Roadster if this is your thing. So just going off of looks, I guess I'm not a huge fan of either of these, to be honest. I don't know. I'll say it's a draw for me, but I'll let you guys decide, like, which one you would take. Would you take the BYD one or the Tesla, just based on looks? Performance wise, we'll have to wait to see if these indeed do come out. I mentioned the Elon Musk and the Trump thing. It was kind of interesting. NBC put out an article today saying that one of the reasons why Elon Musk maybe way to the right, because if you guys look at his Twitter feed, he's like talking about all this right-wing stuff all the time. That's Elon Musk, and Donald Trump. But one of the reasons why Musk may want to be veering that way is because if Trump does indeed become president, or Republican Party, then they maybe ease the regulations on his company. So that certainly makes sense from a financial standpoint. And there are 11 issues that he's dealing with the government. So again, sort of less regulations may be more beneficial to Musk, and sort of why he'd be going that way. So you have the Tesla autopilot issues, right? So the National Highway and Traffic Safety Admin is looking at him. What about the Tesla benefits and him and the board guy? So the SEC is after him with that. You also have Justice Department looking at SpaceX hiring. You got the Equal Opportunity Commission looking at him for alleged racism. There's all the stuff. You have the the National Labor Review Board. That's with the union fight at Tesla. You also have SpaceX and firing people. That's also with the labor review. You have the ex-employees being fired. The Twitter, how you acquire that, SEC under investigation. You also have the funding secured problem. That's SEC. You have a couple more privacy issues that regarding on X, so in data, et cetera. So that would be the FTC. And then you have the Federal Communications Commission, and that's the satellite internet. And the other thing that Elon Musk has government dealings with is, say, with SpaceX and NASA, that stuff. So he's got a whole bunch of things. And yes, for him, less regulations could be great. So, that's maybe why he might be veering more right wing. Now, my personal opinion on stuff is that I think he'll probably leave Tesla sooner than later. And one of the negative effects that can happen on a stock, I'll give you an example, is the Snowflake guy. He announced that he's retiring. So this is Frank Slootman over at Snowflake. The stock goes down 20%, like, ouch. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's the kind of thing that happened to Tesla. It would just move like a rocket ship, like the Roadster. And we're going to see if this sort of thing happens to the Republican Party. McConnell is stepping down. I just say he should have done it a long time ago. And if you haven't followed the story, I'm not a huge fan of McConnell, but I don't wish any physical harm on people. And it was just sad to see, like, physically, he's just old, and he had a couple freeze ups in public where he would just like freeze. And he should have stepped down much earlier, though. So this is way too late. He's 82, if you guys are saying, if you've been following this. But yes, he's stepping down. Other crazy stuff in the news. Weebl is actually going to go public. This is the brokerage that's pushed by a lot of YouTubers out there. And I have a feeling they're not making money, because I think they're probably still spending a whole bunch of money to, gain market share. So we'll see what that is, but they're going to do a SPAC. So that'll be an interesting one, though. It'll get a lot of hype, and they may even be paying YouTubers to push the IPO too. So look out for that. And regarding changes, people generally don't like change. That's why I mentioned if Elon Musk steps down from Tesla, or we talked about the Snowflake thing, what happens to the stock. Wendy's tried to make a change with their pricing, which is really funny. They talked about it on their earnings call that they're thinking about doing like dynamic surge pricing. So the basic idea would be operate like Uber. And if you guys know Uber, and Lyft does it too, to where if you're at a concert, suddenly prices to get home is really expensive, or a baseball game, etc. It's right based on demand. So what if you did burgers at a fast food place based on demand? So like if you had during the lunch rush, prices go up 20, 30%. Evidently, though, the consumers and regular people are like, dude, I'm never going to Wendy's again if you do that kind of thing. And it's actually funny because I hadn't thought of a restaurant ever doing this, but I could see it. I mean, it's kind of like you go to Disneyland or a baseball game and you're stuck there, and they charge you like 3 times the price of normal for food because you got no choice. So it's kind of like that. The problem is with it, say the restaurant industry, is like if Wendy's is charging me double at lunchtime for a burger, I just go to another restaurant, right? That's not doing that. But if all the restaurants are in collusion to do it together, that would create for a crazy world. We have the technology these days to do this stuff, both with AI and digital pricing. But like I said, consumers will push back. But I would not discount this as happening in the future, because who knows, that it is a thing. But at the moment, we're not doing it because people don't like it. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the 250K challenge, and let me know your thoughts, which is more like the Tesla Roadster at 250K or Bitcoin at 250K. I always appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you next video.